So we're going to a different bookstore then. You want to die strip mall, Fuuka. You have a good time with Fuuka. Have you ever read the Titanium chapter? I've been wondering how it was going to end. I'm relieved now that I finally was able to finish it. I'm amazed how good the food in a manga can look. Fuuka seems to be enjoying herself. By the way, Yukari seems a bit nervous. Have you ever filleted a fish before? How do we respond? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Oh, really? I can't stand touching raw fish. They're so slimy and sticky too. Plus I'm clumsy with a knife. You'll have to teach me how to do it the right way. Fuuka seems impressed. I remember one time, years ago, kind of preparing fresh fish before. But I don't think it counts as that, but maybe we did. I don't know. I don't really cook. I haven't done any cooking in... can't say years, because I did technically do some cooking in late 2023. And I wasn't very great at it, because I'm out of shape. It's like, what's I gotta do with cooking alright? You see, I sweat a lot. And that's basically how it was. Like, God, I am so out of shape with that. But yeah, if I could actually, you know, motivate myself to do cooking, I think I'd be alright with it. Back when I did a bit of cooking years ago, mostly in my late teens, I wasn't too bad at it. You know, I could use the grill just fine. Made spaghetti bolognese at one point, which was decent. I just can't be bothered as a thing. Fuuka seemed impressed. But then the two of you became a lot closer. You have something that might make Fuuka happy. See, the walkthrough doesn't even mention give her a gift, but it's like sometimes when on the date it says must have gift. It doesn't say it for this one. But I went ahead and got you a gift, Fuuka. I shall give you is this for me, really? Oh, sorry. I'm just surprised. I mean, I've never received something so wonderful before. Thank you very much. I'll cherish it forever. Fuuka seems to absolutely love your presents. It's like, I imagine many people that played this game for the first time, when they see the facial expressions of the character, it's like tense, like, ah, shit, did I pick the wrong one? Like, no, they're like, it's like, damn it, you had me on the edge of my seat there. The relationship could become stronger soon. Yeah, certainly would after that. You went out together and you gave her a gift. It's getting dark out. So I had to go back to the door. Maybe I'll level up even faster than the walkthrough.
Where have you been?
I mean, that happened when I was following the walkthrough for Persona 4 Gold and I maxed out Nanako socially before it was supposed to be maxed out. But then there were some that I wasn't able to max out in time with the walkthrough because, well, you know, raising some of the stats didn't go quite as planned. But, you know, because you get, if you go the true end route, you get extra few in-game weeks. I was able to max out all the social links, so it worked out in the end. Wasn't able to read all the books, unfortunately. The funny thing is, on the second playthrough, I'm like, okay, let's do that. But I haven't barely read any of the books. I've just been mostly doing the social links. Like, damn it, you fool. The whole point is to get the rest of the trophies on the second playthrough. It would just be typical. It'd be like Persona 5 all over again. Where I played New Game Plus to max out all the social links and somehow failed on New Game Plus. Because that stupid gun shop over there. He's like one rank away, but he just wasn't available at that point. And yeah, I was pissed off. Was not amused. Well, not I finished your bad plan, I don't give a shit. On the next episode of Phoenix Main Development R, episode 30, Blue Team is awakened. Stop kidnapping my love. And now news. What the hell even happens on that show? I mean, I guess it's like kind of Power Rangers. And Power Rangers itself, I think, might have originated from that. Is that what Power Rangers is like? You know, I watched Power Rangers growing up. But it's one of those things you never really think about. It's like, oh, does this have origins in Japan? Because there was a show, I can't remember what it's called, so did the Japanese show come first or did Power Rangers come first? I assume the Japanese one, but you never know. Arf arf! Irma seems to be in a very good mood. Yes, because Shinjiro has got him some good quality growth. How are you getting along with Shinjiro? He's a little rough around the edges, but deep down he's a really nice guy. Just give him a chance. And now that I think about it, now that we've got everything maxed out, I can go to top whenever the hell I feel like it, you know. If there's like no social link stuff. Now there's no pressure. I could train in my own time. Well, how about that? Shinji's a really good cook. I can't say from experience though. I've never had anything as neat. Laura always seems so happy. I'm a little jealous of her. She can be satisfied just eating a meal. I wish my life was that simple. If only we were dogs or cats. But you know, the problem with that is, people suck. It'd be better if I was a dog or a cat. But if you were a dog or a cat, you still gotta deal with people anyway. And some deal with even worse people, you know. It's like people that do animal cruelty and shit like that. You know, they get lighter punishment, if no punishment at all in some cases, for doing that. So imagine you get transformed into a cat and come across a shitty person like that. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows, you know. If you're a dog or a cat with good owners, but even then, you know, still. I feel great again. Not that I really need it for anything. So, oh god damn it, I forgot to go upstairs. Thank god for that. I thought it was gonna be like, return to the dorm for the evening. Like, no, it only happens that way if we leave the area, I guess. Shinjiro Senpai is pretty dependable and everything. He's physically strong, but he also knows how to keep his cool. Yeah, he looks scary, but in reality he's more like a big brother. With Shinjiro-san as our ally, we are a more formidable force. This is the ideal time for us to ascend Tartarus. But the best defense is good offense, that's how you win. But tonight of all nights, I don't know, man. Shinjiro-san here, the atmosphere is so much more serious. Junpei-san here, the atmosphere is so much more childish. Ouch, that hurts, I-chan. I am. Back to that. Really happy Shinjiro Senpai joined us. I need to be careful. I rely too much on his skill, I'll never realize my true potential. Wow, you're amazing. Instead of being so amazed, maybe you should try to be more like her. Or analyzing things. I like how they talk up Shinjiro. He's like, he's a big badass. He's so cool in combat. He's barely even been in combat with the guy. I mean, granted, we did fight the last shadow boss with Shinjiro. Still. That run. Can you even call that a run? Don't suppose anyone's gonna be hanging about here Sunday, right? Oh, he is here on Sunday. Oh, it's you. What a strange kid. Could become stronger soon. So I guess that means it won't, but it might. I shall sleep, because I don't need to study. Studying for fools. This makes me think of the lyric, "I'm gambling for fools." Just picture the song, Ace of Spades, but it's about studying. How different the lyrics will be. Oh, here, conversation. What's your class going to do for the customer event? On the house, I bet I'll be stuck playing the ghosts. And if I ever had something like that, I would definitely do ghosts. I'm already pale as it is. I'd make a convincing ghost. Especially if I stand there without saying a word, which is exactly what would happen regardless. Because I wouldn't talk. I have a reason to talk to people, because I'm not very good at this. Despite how much I ramble and walk long in my videos, I don't really talk that much in person. But a ghost isn't so bad, you can just show up and put on the costume and have to do a magic show. Hell, I probably wouldn't even need to put on a costume, I'd just stand in the background. Everyone would be like, ah! What the hell is this guy with longish hair and pale skin? Speaking of which, one other thing that has been stressing me lately, and it's maybe related to stress, I don't know, is my hair is thinning. I don't know if I've got the unlucky, wheel of bad luck on now. It's like, should hold it. I hope not, but it could be stress related, I'm just not sure. Either way it goes, it bugs me to feel the top of my hair, and it's not as thick as it used to be. My hair hasn't really grown any longer in quite a few years as well. By the way, did you hear a typhoon is on the way? Here it's a big one. It's cool again. The spell's wrong. Actually, edit out what I just said there. It said it down as a spoiler. We'll be talking about nuclear fission today. Imagine a nuclear reactor in which a massive nucleus splits into smaller nuclei, releasing energy at once. I believe you all know that much. The reaction emits massive quantities of energy, which is why it's used in nuclear power plants. You all know that Japan has 2 nuclear weapons. Let's see. Remember that one nuclear thing that had a meltdown or something years ago? That was wild. Which of these is not one of Japan's regulations on nuclear weapons? I think can't produce, right? Wait. No, they said it's not one of them. So that's different. Okay, what did we on? 940. Can't wait. Always. Correct, we forbid possession, production, and admission of nuclear weapons in Japan. I think it would be pretty wild if they, allowed that. Oh yeah, that guy just down the road, he built a nuclear bomb. It's like, what? Don't be messing around with that shit, man. Word prohibition is a little controversial. This is physics class, not political silence. Not silence. Political silence. We silence our silence. Is this the teacher that Mitsuru yelled at that one time because of him keeping Fuuka's absence? on the down low instead of actually doing something. Now as for nutrition, get back down to charm. I cannot get more charming. Was Igus writing something next to us? Maybe she was drawing a sketch of Agnes. Kodakun, I was wondering if I could talk to you sometime. That's something important. Well, we are going to be hanging out today as well. Sure. Oh, good then. Let's talk whenever you have time. I'll see you later. You know, one other thing, in Persona 4 Golden, I've noticed that there's two ways that a character approaches you during lunchtime, like this game. If they approach from the left, they're gonna ask to hang out outright, and you can either say yes or no. Whereas if they come from the right side, it's more a suggestion. It's like, hey, if you got time, why don't we hang out? And then they walk off, and maybe someone else comes up and say the same thing. But if they come from the left, they will specifically ask you to hang out, and you either say yes or no. It's kind of interesting. So whenever it comes to lunchtime, I'm like, I want to focus on this social link, but then I see a different character coming from the left, and I'm like, shit. Gonna hang out with them now because another one else in. Look, we got something to talk to you about. Maybe we'll go see her at school. Oh, god yes. You know, maybe it's the same case here. We don't ever see them coming from the left, but you know, they're only given the suggestion. Hey, what are you doing about? What are you doing about breakfast? I'm going to school. Come inside. If you have time, you should go. You're only young once, right? What are you, an old man? I'll be there, but I'll probably just take it easy since I don't want to slow everyone else down. Later, man. Mitsushi's quietly doing his best. I should get attracted to you. What an odd person to pop up there. That's the end for today. Everyone seems excited about the upcoming festival. I have not experienced such an event before. She's still far from fast as human. Seems she's unable to understand ordinary things and conversations at the moment. You know, I've noticed in Persona 3 4. No, actually, I say that, but we got this festival coming up, but I can't remember if we actually ended on this. If it becomes like an actual thing. But you know, in Persona 4 you get a festival, in Persona 5 you get a festival. And in the case of Persona 5, that's kind of like a rare treat of sorts, you know? Because you don't really do barely anything at the school, because you're basically an outcast. You don't even join any clubs. So it just feels realistic to me, honestly. You feel like you don't belong in this secure environment. But yeah. It kind of makes. That's why I prefer Persona 3 4. That's one of the things. It feels like there's a bit more to it. With Persona 5, it's more outside the school. You don't really get much from the school. Even though, you do have some of the social links you meet are at school, but compared to this game, let's have a look at our social links right now. Granted, some of these social links are pretty new. But we got Kenzie. We got this guy. We got you. That's 3, that's 4. 5, 6, 7. 7 socialists that are related to the school. About 8 technically. All that related to the school that aren't main characters. How many in Persona 5? 2. Just 2, if I recall. Because you got the homeroom teacher, and you got the moon guy, whose name I forget. I don't think there were any other characters at the school that you have socials. There's only one other student you actually have outside of the main group, that you have a social link with, and she's not even from the same school. It's kind of a weird choice, you know. You mostly have social links with admins in that game. Honestly, it feels like they might as well have just put it like college instead of high school. But it's too much tradition for these JRPGs. It always has to be high school. Like bloody visual novels. Like, could you at least move on to college or something in university? Why is it always bloody high school? And my theory behind it is maybe because, you know, once you're out of that, generally people don't have a lot of time to hang out with each other, you know, busy working their ass off. But you know, with college, you could at least kind of put yourself a little ass on studying and all that. So I guess that kind of things. That and maybe a lot of people like, you know, they hold their, you know, high school days as, you know, not necessarily peaceful, but you know, a bit more carefree than the struggles of adulthood. That makes sense. Hey, the festival is this week, isn't it? Yeah, I've been so busy thinking about Yukari that we've got. Well, screw that. I'm gonna got enough to worry now, so I'm gonna slack off. Try to take this first. But I don't really need to. Might as well. You know what I find weird is you can do that in Persona 4 as well, but it doesn't actually do anything because, you know, condition isn't a thing. So instead, when you go to toilets, the protagonist will be like, I should read this book when I get back, or maybe I should do the garden, or something like that. You don't really get anything else. Is that better than great? No. Oh my god, I want to talk to you. Thank you. And can we go to the roof? I assume this would possibly be the point in the remake where she confesses and you get the choice, I'd assume. At least that's what I assume. I assume that's what you're going to be talking about. I assume. Because I don't think I got this far, but it seems pretty obvious. They're good high school groups are. Even though, you know, in the previous rank, it did say it like, you know, if you start hanging out with all the girls, she'll get mad. So that implied that you're already technically dating, even though it doesn't really come across that way. But I imagine in the remake they made it so that the previous rank or this rank would probably have a choice that leads to a romance or a friend action. I to apologize for the way I acted. I'm thinking a lot about how it feels instead. Whenever I begin to waver about something, I really start thinking negative. I often wonder what your thought process is when you have to make a quick decision. I've been thinking about this for a long time. No one knows what the future holds. I wonder how prepared you are. You can't predict what will happen. So the only thing you can do is believe. Believe! I'm just picturing Fuuka as that mermaid from the SpongeBob movie. That thinks possibly as if the future is smiling upon me. I don't think I'm quite there yet, though. Sorry, you seem to know all that already. So gotta go. Why are you always so positive? Why is he always so positive? I never got that impression these days. He just seems neutral at best. How should we reply? It doesn't seem to matter. I believe in myself. It's just my personality. Honestly, this feels more realistic than I've never thought about it. It just comes naturally. See, I'm a bundle of joy. You can tell by completely dead inside doing this. I see. It just comes naturally. Look, it's smiling. I'm attracted to that quality in a guy. Yeah, this would definitely be a point in the remake where you get the romance option. If the dialogue is the same though, it would feel pretty obvious. Like, she's interested, he's like, nah, sorry, Fuuka, we're just friends. But I understand how good it feels. Relationship of has grown. Serious voice rings in her head. Imagine if he just walks away after that. That's I am there, that child left my sister himself aloud. The priestess have a similar thing to priests where they can't have relationships. Or is that like a false thing? I don't know. It just feel like that'd be the excuse, like, sorry Fuuka, you're a priestess, so we can't go with each other romantically, so I'm gonna have to turn down your offer to get out. Fuuka, yeah, but gives you your social link and reach level 8. 38% of the priest can relationship with Fuuka has reached a new level and you didn't even get to really say yes or no twice. The reason why I was so confused before was I thought that after I paid everyone back to the times, I wouldn't have anything to talk to do about. No, that's another thing. I think the reason why I wasn't able to max out social links like Fuuka and all that in my first playthrough of the game is because that intimacy where it says, you know, they might get, you know, a bit annoyed if you hang out with an old girl. It's like it doesn't matter what the relationship is, they just annoy you again. So, you know, a lot of times the social link would get reversed. It mostly happened with, what's her name? Chihiro? You know, the treasurer of the student council. So maybe that's why they went to the maxed out as soon as possible, because, you know, that happens way earlier on in the social link analysis. So it's like, there's a trip we have. Not to spoil anything too much, but there's a kind of a trip we'll go on, and she wasn't there to talk to. It's like Yuko was still there. I'm not sure she was pissed at me at the time the first social link was reversed or not, but Chihiro was at the best most of the time. She was not there. She clearly did not want anything to do with me at that point. So I think that's what makes this game harder to max out all the social links more so than the later ones. Because of that annoying bullshit. It's like, sure, in the other games you do get the possibility of social links reversing, but it's not nearly as bad as it is in this game. It makes sense, you know, because this is the first one to introduce social links, so you know, you gotta iron things out. I don't have anything to talk to you, to talk with you about. But now I know that nothing, no. And the video review in the Kotaku. Yeah, this would totally be the point where you thought, sorry, yeah, this would probably be the option when they'd be like, oh, be friends. Like, god damn it, I was friend zoned. Follow your heart. That's a cheating thing to say. You even got a rainbow in the background. It's a perfect line to say in a cheating setting. Our protagonist is apparently a player because, well, it doesn't matter, because all the female social links will get regardless of what you do. So I'm just going with the choices that get the best out of it. There's not much else I can do about it. He wants to be with you! Just nod. Thank you. Good, seems very happy. Chihiro, on the other hand, is not. But her social link is maxed out, so I guess it doesn't matter. I do wonder though, in Persona 4 and Persona 5, if you did date everyone like you do in Persona 3 here, because you don't really have much choice. Because it doesn't matter what choices you make, you max out the social link, you're intimate with them, well you want to be or not. But I wonder what it's like in Persona 4 and 5, if they actually acknowledge it or not. Because it feels like they should. But then again, I don't know, I remember when I played Persona 4 Golden, my first playthrough I went with Chie, and there's a fireworks festival that I'm pretty sure might be exclusive, but I'm not sure. It might have been one of those things that's exclusive to the Golden version. It might have been in the original, but I can't remember. It's been literally a decade. commenter on my videos for this Let's Play mentioned that they actually went back and watched part 1 of that Let's Play, and that was 11 years ago. That was uploaded in March, 11 years ago, so that would have been 2014, I guess. But I completed that Let's Play in 2015, so literally that Let's Play is a decade old. So prior to playing Persona 4 Golden, that was the last time I actually played Persona 4. So yeah, can't remember. But anyways, during the event, I was in Chie, and you go to get a choice to go to the shrine for this festival thing the day after everyone had already gotten there with, whoever you're interested in. I went to Chie, and then the next day at the fireworks festival, the characters kind of acknowledged it. They didn't know, but they were like, wait a minute, what did you go to the shrine yesterday as well? It's like, what do you go there for? And Chio's all flustered about it. A nice little detail that they actually add some continuity to it, where it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, you're dating and nobody else acknowledges it ever, and even the characters don't acknowledge it ever. It's like that dialogue I mentioned, where if I'd encountered Chie and Yuko in a dungeon where some of your party members that aren't in the party currently will just be hanging out in a room and talking to her, she's kind of like saying like, oh, I can't even talk to him anymore because it feels so awkward because he's dating and all that. It feels whatever. I can't remember what she said, but it basically was acknowledging that the date, and then Yuko was like, oh, what do you mean by that? So blah blah blah, back and forth. Nice little details. Anyways, I'm going back to the home. See you later. Let's say goodbye to Fuuka. Decide to go back and
Greetings
and salutations. It would appear Shuji is here today. Any bad puns for us? I gotta think about it. Teddy likes bad puns. Did I already say that previously in a previous part? They'd probably get along with puns. I can imagine going back and forth on that. Freaking 9 chapters, which means only 3 remaining. That's fantastic. We are so close to the end. Please keep up the good work. How are you getting along with Shinjiro? He's a little rough around the edges. Deep down, he's a really nice guy. Let's give him a chance. Making it sound like we're dating him or something. I'm glad Junpei-kun is back to normal, but do you think his relationship with Chidori's family will work out? He's a member of Straker and they're our enemies. It's like Romeo and Juliet. Chidori and Junpei. Yeah, it'll work out. I really hope so. Now to give me my actual answer. I don't know. Such an ironic twist of fate. But Shinjiro's a real good cook. I told you this yesterday. Shinjiro-san uses his own money to purchase expensive dog food. Romero-san seems to really like it. Congratulations! We're in the locker room to the middle windows. You guys are great out there. Eek, that beer's so cold. So a big ass shadow appears to be full. You've already beaten 9 of them. Not bad. Have we really defeated that many? That's the thing about this game. It has a great story, but it's slow. It's a very slow build. Yo, I heard there's a typhoon heading this way, dude. I hope it doesn't just pass by. Because if it did, we wouldn't get a day off, so we'd have to walk to school in the rain. That would totally suck. Donkey balls. I'm around Junpei, it's nothing will happiness. He's a very simple dog. A loyal but simple dog. Would there be anyone available on a Monday? should I just call a recording now? Just 2 parts. You know what, I'm just gonna call it a recording now. Because I need to make sure that this recording setup actually works. Gotta be cautious with that. Don't want to save the game and be like, oh yeah, that progress that is made, can't even redo it now. That would suck. It's like, why do you need to rotate saves? I don't know. Because then I would just get confused every time I'd load the game. I mean, look at this shit. I said look at this shit. It's like all you have information-wise, the location you saved at, which is either Dolby 3 or Tartarus, because those are the only places you get to save, what your level is and what the date is, and your total playtime. It doesn't really give you any further. So it always kind of would throw me off if I had some little save files that I already have. Anyways, hopefully this recording worked out well and good and dandy-o. In the next recording session, we'll be hanging out with Kenji, the strict guy from the student council, the dorky guy from the music club, and then we got Typhoon incoming after that, and then eventually, you got some other stuff too. We'll actually be maxing out Hierophants. Don't know if I'll be in the next session given how long I ramble. But that's the schedule. And then eventually, soon after that, we'll be maxing out Kenji's social link. Then getting closer to Fuuka's social link maxing out. Maxing out the Chariot and Fuuka's social link. And all that and some other social links will go up. Including even Yuko of all people. And then we got the full moon eventually. So yeah. See you next time, guys. See you next time.